Good morning. I'm sitting here with Kathy Sullivan, and Kath's a member of our community, and we're going to be talking to her today up at Whitefish at the lake, and talking about her and the community and her role in this. So, good morning, Kathy.
Good morning.
Kath, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about how you got here and how long you've been here, and a little bit about what you try to do.
How I got here was, I was in the 70s singing for a living, and my agent actually sent my ex-husband, who was not my ex-husband then, and I here to perform at a place called the Viking Lodge, which is now where Whitefish Lake Lodge is, in that same footprint. But it was the only place in the area that brought entertainment in from out on the road, and we were all over the country singing. So anyway, we came here in the early 70s and fell in love with the area, and as time does to many people, we ended up getting a divorce, and I couldn't think of another place in the United States that I loved better, so I moved here and sang up on Big Mountain for the first 3 years, taught skiing in the day, sang at night, and in an effort to get off the road and be able to settle in one place for a change, I started a photography business up on Big Mountain with a partner at the time, and eventually bought my partner out and just ran it myself. But in 1981, I started the photography business up there and added a retail store to it, and it got quite big to the point where I didn't get to be a photographer much anymore, except for downhill races and the things I saved for myself. So then in 2007, I sold the photography part of my business up there, moved off the mountain, and continued to do photography on the river for the whitewater rafting companies. I've done that for 30 years now. And all the private rafters that go down the river, my photographers and I shoot everything and anything that comes past us at Bone Crusher Rapid. So then I do a lot of freelance photography, and I've put music back into my life again, and I'm traveling again in my off seasons and sing in upscale retirement communities all over the western states, and do a show with my guitar and and I'm loving that with a passion too. So two passions in my life are my careers, and that one is photography, one is singing. That's great.
Kath, tell us, how did you get to start shooting on the river? How did that come about?
Well, I had my business up on Big Mountain for one winter, and had nothing to do in the summer, so I was mowing lawns in the summer because Big Mountain at the time was strictly a winter resort, no summer business at all. And I got approached by one of the raft company owners the second winter I was on Big Mountain, 1982, and he asked me if I would like to shoot pictures for his raft company and sell them to the customers. Nobody had done that yet out there. So that sounded interesting to me, and I started talking to the owners of the other raft companies, and managed to get 3 of the 4 raft companies to go along with this, and the 4th one had already hired somebody to shoot for them. So to make a long story short, now I do all 4 of them and all the private rafters. I started shooting the private rafters because they would just come through while in between the commercial trips, and there would be only a half a dozen or so private rafters in a day. Now there's about 100 to 150 private rafters that come through in a day, and about 75 to 85 commercial rafts.
Wow.
And so it's busy.
Now, how did you pick up to shoot at Bone Crusher Rapids? How did you get that spot?
That's a good question. Fortunately, it is the best rapid for the season. The other rapids come and go during the season, but that one stays fairly interesting all season long. And fortunately, it is about an hour away from the raft trips being at their conclusion. So that hour of the time we shoot the pictures to the time those people are back at the raft office gives us enough time to get the pictures back to the raft companies and for them to get them displayed. And back in the beginning years, for the first 15, 20 years, it was strictly digital. I mean,
regular photography.
It was film, and I had to have a full-scale photo lab out there where we could run up my film up to my lab, which I had in a space I rented from Glacier Raft, and we'd process the film. We'd make proof sheets. We'd pick out the best shot from each boat, and sometimes there would be 7 boats in a launch or whatever, and then we'd get these pictures back to the raft office for the people to look at, and that took about 55 minutes of our hour. and then digital came along and it simplified it totally, and now we can get the pictures up there obviously right away, and they get them displayed on TV monitors, and
that's great.
It's a great system now.
So not only do you sell these to the raft companies, you also sell private shots to online, correct?
Online, yes.
So people can come to your website and
yes.
Look at the, or is it by days chronologically that you put them on there?
It's by day, yes. And my website, a little plug, is mountainphotography.net. I always have to stress the net. I don't have .com. But mountainphotography.net, you go online and you look up river photos, and it takes you to a portion of my site that has them listed by day, and then within each day it has them listed by boat type, because there are many different boat types, like oar rafts, paddle rafts, kayaks, whatever, pontoons. And then you look up you find the description of your boat, and there they are. And we take anywhere from 10 to 15, 20 shots of each boat as it comes through.
Great. And you can buy them right online, is that correct then? And can you get them sized right online too? So if you wanted a larger one?
You can get prints. You can order prints up to 24 by 36 if you want anything bigger than that. I can special order them, outsource them.
Great.
And then you could buy them on a CD that has all of the pictures on a CD that you can take to a photo lab and have your own prints made. So there's lots of options.
Well, you'll be able to see Kathy's work on the site, on the profiles on Open Door, plus come to her website and take a look at her work over the years. Kath, is there anything that you want to talk about or say before we go then?
Not a day goes by that I don't smile and thank the powers above for landing me in Whitefish, Montana. I love this area so much.
What a beautiful view, and you've got the big mountain right behind you, which is wonderful, and we are lucky to be here. So thanks, Kath, for the interview today.
Thank you.
Bye.